Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Be sure to comment, subscribe, and share the videos. Hit that like button. Likes are free. It helps out the channel. And anyway, let's get down to it. Building materials giant Knopf hit by Black Basta ransomware gang. Wow, that sounds pretty ominous. On another note, before I continue, Believe Me Computer is a website that shares cybersecurity news, IT related news, tech news, what have you. Go ahead and check out their website. They have a lot of good articles, a lot of great information there. Now let's continue. Let's see here. The Knopf Group has announced it was the target of a cyber attack that has disrupted its business operations, forcing its global IT team to shut down all the IT systems to isolate the incident. This is pretty typical of businesses, especially these huge corporations. They end up getting punched in the mouth, aka getting owned. So they have to isolate the incident as part of the incident response process. You want to go in and contain the incident so you can mitigate and minimize the damage. But let's get down to it. Let's see here. So like the attack took place the night of June 29th, the time of this writing. See, they're still in the process of forensic investigation, incident response, and remediation. See, it's already dragging out, so that's going to be additional money here going into the actual work behind recovering and getting everything back to normal business operations. This is why you want to have a good disaster recovery plan in place and a business continuity plan in place, because you're probably going to have to enact one or both of those when you get owned, and you want to make sure you're actually going in and practicing those at least annually. Let's see here. Of course, they made a PR announcement to their partners and customers saying, hey, inconvenience, you're going to be delays in delivery process, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. That's another typical thing that companies will do, release the PR article, say, hey, we got everything under control, or we're working on getting the issue remediated. And we all know how that goes. Pretty big company based out of Germany, multinational building and construction materials producer, holds approximately 81% of the world's wallboard market. They even have operations here in the United States. Interesting. And this company is worth 12.5 billion euros from what I saw on Google. So that's a lot of money. And oftentimes these attackers will go on Google or other websites, and they will track down the revenue that the company is getting each year, and they will try to base their ransomware fees off of that revenue source or revenue amount. See, Black Box claimed responsibility, and they began posting some information on their data leak website. See, yeah, July 16, 2022. 20% of the files were posted on their websites. Over 350 visitors have accessed. Wow. Let's see here. Believing Computer has seen samples of email communication, user credentials, employee contact information, production documents, and ID scans. So that's quite a bit of PII could be in these email communications or other confidential information that should not be leaked outside of the business. Employee contact information, it could also be another source of PII. Production documents, of course, ID scans, it could be maybe fingerprint scans, some other type of biometric stuff in there. See here. Of course, they're negotiating, typical of ransomware attacks. And this is a double extortion attack. As you can see here, in a double extortion attack is basically attacker gets in your systems, and before launching the actual encryption of your files, your systems, what have you, they will do data exfiltration. They'll steal the data first, so they have a backup plan in place in case you do not want to pay the price to get your systems and data decrypted by their decryption keys. See, these guys, these ransomware operators are obviously adapting over time. I remember back in the day when ransomware first started, there was none of this ransomware as a service stuff. They were attacking regular people, encrypting their computers, saying, hey, you need to pay up. Then I guess one of them got an idea to say, hey, you know what? Forget the regular people. Let's start attacking these big corporations because they can afford to pay this money and it will have a higher success rate. So they moved on to that. And then they figured out that, hey, these companies are getting cyber insurance, and cyber insurance is covering all this money to get their stuff unencrypted. Or companies are doing appropriate offsite backups or other forms of backups, recovery operations, and they're not paying up. So guess what? We're going to go in. Not only are we going to hit you with our ransomware and encrypt your files and data. Encrypt your files and data. We're going to steal the files and data before we actually launch the ransom encryption process. So that way, you don't want to pay up to get your files unencrypted. Fine, then we'll just post your stolen data on our data leak website. This is why we need more cyber operators out here, good people working in cybersecurity that know all of this stuff and will help secure these businesses, because ransomware has been running rampant for years, and then the pandemic just made it a lot worse, which I kind of predicted this was going to happen, especially with more and more workers working remotely. The perimeter is no longer at the firewall. It's going to be at the endpoint, which is going to be your laptops, your regular, desktops, mobile devices, what have you. Anyway, make sure to go ahead and review this article yourself. Give me your thoughts, opinions, what have you in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. All right, see you later.